Hi guys, Andy Work here. First, apologies for taking so long to put up my next build. I've had so much on my plate in the past couple of months. And also, sorry, it's not my build. It's a cosmetic kit done by a young fella called Rance Chan in China. I think he's trying to sell them online. I featured it on one of the Show Me the Modded things, and he must have been happy because he sent me the whole set of files. So I've printed it out. I think it looks great. I'm going to paint it up. Disclaimer, no money's changed hands. He doesn't even know I'm doing this. So let's get on with it. Alright, hi guys, Andy Work back again. Now, here we have almost all the parts for my new build. You might remember a few months ago in one of my Show Me the Modded things, I featured a Nerf Bullpup mod for a Retaliator done by a young fellow in China. I can never remember his name. I'll put it as a text down here. Rance Chase, I think it is. Anyway, so he's produced this. I featured his Bullpup in the Show Me the Modded thing, and then a couple of weeks later, this showed up in the email. He actually gave me the kit, which is brilliant. Thank you very much. And I printed it out. Now, different colours because I had different filaments. Bamboo PLA matte, which came out really nice. The basic PLA bronze is not too bad either. The grey is a bit rougher. Due to my financial circumstances, I have to buy in bulk when companies have clearance. So I bought 3 rolls of Sunlu for about $15 each, which is pretty amazing. It's they're Peteg grey. I was recommended Sunlu. Somebody said it was really good. It didn't come out great here. I also combined it with the bamboo PLA for support black, so you can see a lot of wisp and strings on it. Might have been me, might not, I don't know. But anyway, I've got the parts. The only part I haven't printed out, the other one of these, because I forgot I missed it somewhere. I've got to go back and print it out, and I'll probably do it in a little bit of the red I've got left. Now, in addition to a brilliantly drawn, modded, and printing kit, he has provided you with a PDF of all the stuff you need, and all the materials on here are virtually reasonably easy for me to get to. I did do the eBay thing and went through and ordered them all up, and it cost me about $94 Australian, so I didn't do that because I thought I could source them locally. One I did get, the first time I ever used this brass insert thing, which you melt a little brass insert into a plastic piece with I actually have a soldering iron with the actual tip that fits that and melts it in. Unfortunately, the soldering iron doesn't work, but anyway, what are you going to do? Yeah, so I got them. I got the brass inserts from Shapeshop in Belmont. They've got them. Call Alicia, she'll set you up. They haven't got the screws that fit them. They're only 3mm, but you can get them anywhere. I got mine at Electronics, but they're getting the screws in. Now, the socket caps and a few others I haven't even sourced yet. I'm going to go through all my own stuff and see what I've got first. The only thing I think I'm going to need is the bearings. And I found an eBay shop that sells them. You get 10 of them for about $6. That's Australian, of course. Yeah. Oh, Shapeshop is in Perth. Okay, so tells you everything you need to know. Now, it's a full colour PDF. I only have a black and white printer, so that's why it's black and white. First thing it gets you to do, you've got 2 3mm nuts, which you melt into the slide for the Retaliator. I've been doing that with other builds. I've been melting a bolt in there and having it stick out through the slide hole, but he's doing it this way, though that's fine. Then, just simple, straightforward. Now, some of the parts are made for if you're doing a worker short dart kit support, and he's marked on them where this little W would be, so you can actually do this kit for turning your Retaliator into a worker short dart kit, which is pretty cool. So this step is the only step that I found a little bit confusing, because he's got putting the brass inserts in the side of this thing and also an arrow to the hole, where he's also got an arrow from the bearing to the same hole. So I'm going to have to contact him about that. I'm pretty sure it probably needs the bearing. But then as you go through, it's pretty straightforward. tells you where to put screws, what to do, and the most amazing thing is, I found, he's actually modelled the priming bar out of the filament as well. You've got the two pieces and this little joiner, just goes like that, and you put 4 screws in, and it works. I've seen his video of him test firing it. I'm going to use it. If it doesn't work, he's even provided a full engineering drawing to make that out of one piece of metal. All the measurements, everything you need to do. So that's pretty cool too. So then it's just straight through. Now he's got 2 optional barrels here. One's just a single piece, larger diameter. One's for the worker barrel. And because I'm not doing the worker one, I'm going to print that one, or I should say I should have printed that one, but I've printed all those bits by mistake. So I've got to print that and one of those, because I only printed one of them. So that'll be next on my list. And you can see it's just very simple, straightforward, easy to understand instructions. Nothing really complicated. You need a little spring, but you can probably find one of those in all your Nerf leftovers. I know I've got hundreds of the things. And it's just, a lot of it's just putting in your melting your little brass inserts in, and the rest is just socket screw caps, which I still have to source. But as you can see, it turned out to be quite a cool looking little blaster. Even an end cap and bits to cover machine parts and accessories, you know, so you don't get things put up. So yeah, oh, and there's the drawing. That gives you exactly what you need to make it out of metal. You just ignore this area. You don't need the brackets, the holes, or even the intersection, just a single piece of metal. So I might even do that myself. So that's my first build, and I've already had my first mistake, or several. I printed the wrong barrel parts. Great, I forgot one of them. Great. And a couple of years ago I got one of these from Aldi. It's their ferric brand soldering iron, and it actually has in it the tip for inserting the brass inserts. You simply place the brass insert on the hole. It sits here, it's got a little step in it, push it in, heat it up, and it just melts it slowly in. That's brilliant, except I've got the tip, I haven't got a working soldering iron though. So I've got to sort that out yet. So that's the first step. Now, some of the things he's done are genius. Like, we've got this pistol grip onto the handle. He's put a slot there and a little ridge on the end of the pistol grip, and perfect. And it all looks very much like an M16 grip. So that's really, really nice. Things like this that just fit in so easily and just clip together so easily, and even just go in there. I mean, that's gorgeous. The way he's gone about doing this is brilliant. He is a really, really talented modder. So I'll put a link down below. Go and have a look at his stuff. He's got a really cool little P90 with a half dart mag in it at the moment. And that looks like really interesting. That's full auto. So yeah, show him some love, and I'll get on with this. I've just spent an hour and a half cleaning all the support material off. Still got a bit of sanding to do. But then we'll start, and it'll be more of an assembly and a painting than really being creative, because I've let him do all the creative for me, which I really appreciate. And it's freed me up just to concentrate on other things. He's a talented fellow. Show him some love. All right, I'll be back soon. What's happened was, okay, it's just a 3D printing kit to upgrade a, what do you call it, a recon receiver into a Bullpup, which is pretty cool, and it's very impressive. And as you can see, excuse the handheld, I've printed a lot of different filaments simply because I had them. What happened was is the next step is this piece, which goes inside here and hangs down to connect the pump to, except I printed the wrong piece. Even though Rant sent me the right piece before I printed it, I got it wrong. So that's idiot count 1 for me. This is the actual piece. It goes in. And so this has come out of the printer the other day. I haven't got around to cleaning it up. I've got so much to do. So I'm going to clean it up now and fit that and move on with the rest of this build. Righty guys. Now, I've cleaned out all the support material. Now, what Rance has done in his instructions is he's giving you a sheet of the hardware you need. And you need these little bearings, these things. They go on the slide. However, he's also included in the kit, if you can't get the bearings, these little wheels, for want of a better term. And they work just as well. There's 8 of them in this bit. There's 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom, and you just put a screw through. And fortunately, I happen to have some very teeny tiny little screws with a hex head, Allen-like screws. So I can stick those in using my Allen key that came with my Bamboo printer. So I will do that while the soldering iron is heating up, so I can put the brass inserts in this thing. But so that goes in there, and there should be enough clearance. Yeah, hopefully there'll be enough clearance when I got all 8 of them in, so we'll see what happens then. Right, hi guys. Now it's been about 2 hours, and so I didn't film it all, but it's just basically screwing bits together. These parts have all got these little 3mm inserts in it. Just you heat in with your soldering iron, just put them on the surface, stick the hot soldering iron in the top hole, and it just melts in. And then it's all held together, in this case, with 3mm screws. Some are 10mm, some are 25. They haven't got a lot of the right parts, so a lot of the stuff I haven't done. I haven't put in the trigger mechanism, a couple of screws that are wrong length, so things are wobbling about a bit, but it's pretty good. Now, things I have worked out is what I've got to do is the slide is quite tight in there. So I think I'm going to have to order the actual bearings and also do a lot of sanding and cleaning up in there. The grey I used, I think it's oh yeah, it was that stuff from Sunloo, that absolute crap. Yeah, so it's really rough compared to, you know, this PLA matte or even this bronze that's also from Bamboo. So a lot of sanding's got to go on in there. I'll probably lube it as well. A few other little bits and pieces got to go on like that. I mean, little things like that just to cover the trigger. That's pretty clever. And I've got to get, as I said, some proper size screws. But and then I've got to work out the barrel, because he's got this multi-part barrel, or he's just got a straight barrel you can just stick in there that's big enough for the darts to fly down. I've got to work out what I'm going to do there. And then on to the painting, which will be the fun part. I am honestly, seriously considering reprinting all these grey parts, even though, you know, it's like a 9-hour print or something, because it's just really, really rough. But God, I'm impressed with this kit. You know, I've done all this in a couple of hours, just basically screwing things together. So I'll go and put this together and get it uploaded. See you next time.